Proteins are made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of life. We use proteins and amino acids to create various reactions in the human body, such as making enzymes, DNA, hormones, neurotransmitters, hair, blood, connective tissue, and of course, muscle. Knowing the important role protein plays within the body, it's safe to assume a lack of protein could be problematic. At a minimum, the average person needs to consume 0.36 grams of protein per pound of body weight. For a person who weighs 150 pounds, that would be about 55 grams of protein per day. In this video, I will show you 10 signs and symptoms you are not eating enough protein. Number 10. Increased hunger. Your body needs fuel to function, and protein is one macronutrient that provides it in spades. So, when your protein intake is inadequate or too low, your body tries to make up for it by increasing your hunger. The problem is, if you try to overcome this increased appetite with junk or processed foods, it may instead lead to unhealthy weight gain, obesity, and other complications. Number 9. Early aging. A study published in the Indian Dermatology Online Journal in 2019 suggests that the effects of low protein can start to show up on your skin, nails, and hair too. Thinning of hair, brittle hair and nails, wrinkled or pigmented skin, and hair loss are some common early signs of lack of protein in your diet. Number 8. Mood swings. Lack of protein in your diet can also lead to moodiness. Protein is responsible for chemicals produced by your brain, dopamine and norepinephrine, which make you feel happy. Eating good sources of protein like fish, eggs, legumes helps your brain to produce sufficient quantities of these mood-boosting brain chemicals. Number 7. Poor sleep. Your brain controls all of the hormones necessary for a good night's sleep. When your body lacks the protein necessary to keep your brain healthy, it can lead to a hormonal imbalance that will ultimately affect your sleep. Additionally, when your body and muscles ache due to poor protein intake, you will have a hard time sleeping. A 2016 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reports that consumption of a greater proportion of energy from protein while dieting may improve sleep in overweight and obese adults. Number 6. Brain fog. A foggy brain, or short bursts of mental energy followed by the fog, may be related to fluctuating blood sugar levels and lack of protein. Protein is important for many aspects of healthy neurological functioning. In fact, brain fog, poor concentration, lack of motivation, and trouble learning can indicate a poor protein level in the body. Lack of protein can lead to poor balance of neurotransmitters, including dopamine, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. Neurotransmitters are synthesized in the brain using amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. Enough protein in your diet can boost work performance as well as learning and motor skills, whereas inadequate protein consumption can do the opposite. In fact, a deficiency in amino acids may cause a variety of mood disorders, including depression and anxiety. Number 5. Poor hair health. Your hair is comprised mostly of a protein known as keratin, which is very important for hair health. Protein is the building block of all of your cells, even your hair follicles. In fact, each and every strand of hair requires an adequate dose of protein to grow. So, when you don't get enough protein, your body starts conserving what little protein it has by limiting protein output. This in turn leads to hair loss. Apart from hair loss, your hair is also likely to become dry and brittle. Hair health requires just more than protein. Other nutrients that play a vital role in hair health include biotin, folic acid, iron, and vitamin D. If diet is inadequate for these vitamins and minerals, consider supplementation. Number 4. Slow recovery. If you find you're slow to recover from injuries or tough workouts, or your cuts and wounds are taking longer to heal, it could be related to your protein intake. A lack of protein slows down recovery time from injuries and wound healing. The same can be true about recovering from surgery, fractures or sprains, and other exercise-related injuries. Number 3. Poor immune function. Another consequence of not eating enough protein? Increased risk of sickness and illness. Proteins are essential in supporting the immune system by making antibodies that signal white blood cells to fight off intruders, bacteria, and viruses. Proteins also play a critical role in various detoxification pathways to transport waste and toxins. Even the master antioxidant, glutathione, is made of amino acids. So, make sure to eat enough protein, especially if you are prone to getting sick, otherwise, it could result in increased or repeat infections. Number 2. Bone injuries and fractures. We require amino acids to build and repair not just our muscles but also our bones. Building bone density is closely related to how much muscle you have, as bones get stronger when muscle mass increases as a way to meet muscular needs. Insufficient protein intake has been linked to lower bone mineral density, decreased bone strength, increased risk of fractures, weakened joints, and in extreme cases, osteopenia. Number 1. Loss of muscle mass. Our muscle tissue is composed mostly of amino acids. Meaning, to grow and restore our muscles, we need adequate protein to spare our own muscles. If we're deficient in protein, our body will resort to using stored lean muscle mass, which leads to muscle loss or wasting. It can also lead to muscle weakness that can result in pulling a muscle and muscle atrophy.